This is Voluntas, my ultimate Iron Man. As an ultimate Iron Man, I cannot trade nor use a bank, but I decided to push my restrictions a little further and became a Slayer pure account. My Slayer level will not be going above 1. This locks off many items and other conveniences that Slayer provides. And what for? Jal-nib-rek, a pet received at a 1% chance from the Inferno, one of the most difficult pieces of content in the game, a symbol of mastering the Inferno. And for me, conquering it without Slayer. Welcome back. So last episode I got ready for Zulrah, but at the end I mentioned that I probably won't be going to Zulrah because I've done some rerouting. So what I've realized is I don't really need the Zulrah drops right now, and I can get Rigor, which would be a big help to Zulrah since I'm just ranging it. In case you didn't know, Rigor is unlocked by the Dexterous Prayer Scroll, which is a unique drop from the Chambers of Xeric. So going to the Chambers of Xeric is going to be my next goal. I'm not fully ready. I need some pretty important items first. So that's what this episode is going to be about, and probably next episode too. I'm going to be getting a bunch of items for Chambers. Well, first of all, I have some things to put away in the house. The Angler, some random event items, the Boater, and the Gilded Pickaxe. So I always have a rune pickaxe in my house if I want. Alright, and now onto the first goal. It's a pretty annoying item to get. The Mage Arena 2 cape. It's a really good magic cape with % damage bonus, which I really want for Chambers, and probably the Tombs of Amaska as well. But in order to get it, I need to go into the deep wilderness, which is going to require me to do some tedious things. But first of all, I'll put away my Bow of Ferdinand. I'm not going to need it, so I can just put it in the stash unit, and it'll be safe here. Now the prep for the Major Arena 1 cape, which is also in deep wilderness, shouldn't actually be that difficult. It's a relatively easy cape to get. By the way, you need the Major Arena 1 cape to get the Major Arena 2 cape. I just want a bit of food, and this should be enough. And I want a knife to slash the webs. Alright, this should be all the prep. So if you don't follow Ultimate Iron Man content often, you may be wondering how I'm going to the deep wilderness. Well, it's a simple trick. You just die to an NPC or anything else, and your items stay on the ground for an hour of in-game time that you're locked in. So if I log out even for an hour, my items will still be there. And this means I can go into the wilderness and I could die infinite times and my items would still be here. I just need to make sure to not take too long, because if I play for an hour and my items are on the ground, they'll despawn after the hour. So I just need to pay a bit of attention, and I'll probably need to death pile a few times just to reset the despawn timer of the items. Alright, this should be everything. Now I minigame teleport to Nightmare Zone, and I can withdraw some money from here, and I can buy runes over here at the Magic Guild. Some blood runes, a fire staff, some air runes, some law runes, and that should be just about everything I need. The reason I'm not using the runes I already have is there's no way to take small amounts of them, and I have a lot of law runes. I wouldn't want to take 10,000 to the wilderness though, so I'll just buy some, and I can deposit the rest of my money here, or at least most of it. So now for some way of regenerating my prayer, which I'll probably need to do. I could have unnoted some prayer potions, but instead I can buy Blighted Super Restores, which are super restores you can just use in the wilderness. and they're pretty cheap, 1 LMS point. I'll also buy some blighted Cronbons just in case. Now I can unnote them over here. Alright, so I should be ready to start it. So I head to Edgeville, and hopefully no one sees me do this. And now I'm ready to start the quest. Major Arena 1 should be very quick to do. Alright, there we go. So now I can talk to this guy, and I'll take a Ceradomin cape, and I get a Ceradomin staff, which I now need to use. Now I need to cast each of the god spells 100 times within the major arena, so I need to get some more runes. I still have quite a lot of time on my death pile, so I should be fine to just get some more. It will be a bit expensive though, and by the way, you can hop and your death pile will still be in the same place when you find it. It's not attached to the world in any way. Not anymore at least. Alright, this should be enough runes. In order to be able to use the god spells Ceradomin Strike, Claws of Guthix, and Flames of Jal-nib-rek outside the major arena, you need to cast them 100 times within the major arena. And I need to be able to use them to hunt down the enemies for the major arena 2 cape. So I'll unlock those now. And it doesn't seem like I can auto cast it, so I guess I have to manually cast it. By the way, you just need to cast the spell 100 times. It doesn't need to hit. What you could technically do is take an alt account here and just splash on it, and you'd be completely safe. A PKer wouldn't be able to attack you, but you can also do this. The wilderness bosses came out like a week ago maybe, so I can't imagine anyone would be here. There we go. So that's the first one. Alright, now I'll need a different staff to be able to cast the other god spells, and they're 80k, so I just need to make sure to come here with 80k. So now I just need to buy another 100 casts, but this time of one of the other spells. I'll probably go with Claws of Guthix next. There's the Guthix staff. Oh, I guess I want the Guthix cape with the Guthix staff. I guess it makes sense. So now I cast this 100 times. You know, for mages that are quite dedicated to their god, I'm quite surprised they don't just pray mage. Oh, a looting bag. I should pick that up. It means I don't need to spend an LMS point for it. Alright, there we go. Just one more spell. Also, I can quickly put these capes in the cape rack, just in case I ever need them. And I can claim infinite more, but obviously I might not want to go back to the wilderness later. Alright, now just to cast the final spells. Alright, there we go. That's all the spells unlocked. That means I can cast them outside of the major arena. So that was the easy part. Now I should go reclaim my items. Alright. There's everything reclaimed. Now for the hard part. Now I have a checklist I'll go through. So rune gloves, mystic boots, I'll get a hat, and I'll buy some green d'hide just for the defense bonus, and some green d'hide chaps. I'll get a Rada's blessing, and I'll bring my Book of Darkness as well. Alright, that should be all the items. Now I just need to unnote some potions. I'll bring a full stamina and 2 doses of anti-poison. Alright, hopefully this is good enough. Alright, now I need to head to Nightmare Zone. That should be all the runes I need for the first boss. And this is all the food I can take. I can't even take all of this actually. Alright. There we go. Here's hoping for good spawns. For the Major Arena 2 quest, which you need to complete for the cape, you need to defeat 3 enemies that are each aligned to a different god. And you need to defeat them with the god spell that they're aligned with, which is why I had to unlock them. And they're all located somewhere in the deep wilderness. To find them, you need to use the enchanted symbol. It's a hot and cold device. If you use it and it says cold, you're far away. If it's hot, you're close. You use it to find around where the enemy is located, and once you use it close enough to where the enemy is hiding, they pop out and you can fight them. They have special mechanics that you want to be wary of, but the fights are pretty simple. Once you defeat an enemy, you get one of the 3 items you need for the quest. Alright, there's the first piece, the demon heart. you can turn them into the guy at the mage bank as you get them so you don't risk them. So I can do this one at a time. Alright, the question is, what do I do next? I'm out of stamina, which probably means I need to re-death pile. And I can store the cape, and I'll grab the Guthix cape. Alright, I trust that that's just a PVMer. He looked as scared to see me as I was to see him. I have a feeling I can't do it with this food. I'm gonna come back. Oh, there's a cave right there. I might as well use Mystic Might as well. I have enough prayer. Alright, got it. I'm frozen for 10 seconds though. There's the next piece turned in. So I'll buy some more food, and I'll buy an Anakarl teleport. I'm really going through these points, but should be worth it. Oh, okay, found it. That might mean I can do it with this inventory. Alright, Obelisk Roulette. Nice, I win. Alright, I'll put away the Guthix cape and take out the Ceradomin one. I'll take my Ceradomin staff, and I'll go back to Watchtower to buy runes. The spot for the Ceradomin monster might actually be really bad because it's super close to a teleport, which makes it convenient for me, but also might make it very dangerous. Alright, hopefully this goes well. Alright, yeah. Magic charge, now my max hit tire. Now I just need to safely make it back. Alright, there we are, the final piece. And we can imbue the Ceradomin cape. There we go. A pretty good best in slot item to get. It should help a lot for chambers. Anyway, I'll get an extra cape to store in the POH. And something really nice about the imbued cape is you can store it on the cape rack. So it's a best in slot that I don't need to carry with me. Now to reclaim all my items. Also, with the Ceradomin cape on the cape rack, it doesn't add to the limit on the cape rack. It's pretty weird, but the cape rack only has a limit for capes of accomplishment, like 99 capes and stuff like that, if it's not the best cape rack, which can store infinite. Alright, well, there we go. That's everything reclaimed. And the Mage Arena Ceradomin cape imbued. So that's the first piece of the Chambers gear out of the way this episode. Still a few pretty important items to go. Well, now I have 3 more items I want to get, and the next one I'll go for is the Fighter Torso. So I get that from Barbarian Assault, and I need an empty inventory for that because you can't enter with runes. So I will get the items I need for that, and then Death Storage. And Barbarian Assault is a safe minigame, so I can leave my items at the Hesperia storage. This will be my gear. Alright, so now I'm ready for farming Barbarian Assault. Hopefully I can find some good teams and get this over with quickly. This could be pretty easy or very, very annoying. The Fighter Torso, which is what I want, it's really, really good. It has as much strength bonus as a Bando's chestplate, so it's really, really strong. It's not as good as a Bando's chestplate, but it's really good, and it can be stored in the house, which makes it very, very good for ultimates. The Fighter Torso is pretty easy to get. It shouldn't take too long. However, for the Kandarin Elite Diary, which doesn't require any Slayer, so I can do it, I need to get level 5 in every Barbarian Assault roll. Getting level 5 in every roll takes about 4 times more points than getting the chestplate, but if I want to complete the Kandarin Elite Diary, which gives increased yield for the Cather B herb patch, I will want to do it. So I guess I'll level up all the rolls first, and then I'll get the Penance Torso. At least the attack roll's already up to level 3, but this will take a while. The way Barbarian Assault works is you do 1 of 4 rolls, and you earn points in that roll. I need 375 points in each roll for the fighter torso, and I need 1400 points in each roll for level 5. Some people just pay a team to do the minigame really quickly, so they just get it done and don't have to learn the rolls, but it honestly isn't that difficult. If you want the diary requirement for torso, I'd recommend just looking up a guide and you'll get it done in no time. Alright, and there's a level 5 attacker. Now I just need the 375 attacker points for the penance torso. For my attacker points, I slightly don't have enough. I need 16 more, but you get 5 in each at the end of the queen, so I'll get them by the end. And I can upgrade my healer level to 2. So that's one of the rolls out of the way, and it was pretty quick. Well, there's level 5 defender. There's all the defender points I need. Now just 2 rolls left. I was gonna finish this run anyway, but I was able to switch to collector early, so I get to start on collector progress. There's level 5 healer. There's all the points for the torso in the healer role. There's the final collector level, which means I just need the 375 points. So I'm very close to the end of the grind. Oh, that was the task. Well, I still need the 300 or so points, so one more run. And there's all the points I need, but we're on wave 10, so I'll finish this first. And there we are. So I have all 5 rolls and finished the elite task for the Kandran diary, and I can unlock the penance torso. And it's a collection log. So that's the second item out of the way. How do I get home? And I can store it. So that's really nice. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Well, the next item I want is an Amulet of Fury, which is made from an onyx, but for that you need 90 crafting. Now I'm only going for 89 crafting because that's what I need to make Amethyst Star Tips, and I can pretty easily boost +1 to make the Fury. For crafting training, I'm going to be casting Super Glass Make by unnoding giant seaweed and buckets of sand, and then blowing the glass into the best product I can. I have the seaweed I need. Some of the runes I'll probably need to buy more, but what I need to get now are some noted buckets of sand. I need 25,344 buckets of sand. The best place to get them is at the desert quarry. You mine sandstone and deposit the sandstone into a grinding machine for varying amounts of buckets of sand depending on the weight of the sandstone deposited. And the machine can hold up to 25,000 buckets of sand. Once you're ready, you can withdraw them by giving the NPC near the machine 50 coins per bucket of sand, and by providing enough buckets to hold the sand. You receive the buckets in noted form, so there aren't any worries for Ultimate Iron Man. But I need a few things for this. Well, first, I don't need to buy a rune pickaxe because of this gilded pickaxe I got last episode. And the quarry is in the middle of the desert, so you take desert heat damage. But instead of taking water skins, which fill my inventory and are kind of annoying because I need to go back and forth to get them, instead I can use a circlet of water, which I need to charge. In order to charge it, you use water runes on it. It's 5 runes per charge, so that's a few charges, but I'll just charge it up a lot because I'll probably need to mine sandstone for a while. Hopefully 1,500 charges is enough, and I'll take a teak log and knife. You can mine slightly faster with it with tick manipulation. So I need 25,000 buckets of sand, but that doesn't mean I need to mine 25,000 pieces of sandstone, because each piece of sandstone is a different amount of buckets of sand depending on how much it weighs. The 1 kilogram is 1 bucket of sand, but the 10 kilogram is 8. The 2 is 2, and the 5 is 4. So I don't need to mine that much. I mean, I will still be here for quite a while, but it could be worse. And I still need mining XP, so I guess that's nice to get always. Alright, and here I deposit them, and that's 97 buckets of sand. I think I've got down the tick manipulation with the knife and teak logs. So you want to go from this rock to this rock to this rock to this rock and then back to this rock. And the way you start it is you look at the pickaxe swing. Once it hits or you get an XP drop, you use knife, teak log, and then go to the next rock. Oh, there's 82 mining. Probably the only level I'll get here. I already have like 8,000 buckets of sand. Alright, I've filled the machine up. I need like 300 more buckets, but I need to take some out in order to do that. So I need to go buy some bucket packs to get noted buckets, because you need to deposit 25,000 buckets if you want 25,000 buckets of sand. So I guess I'll do that. Alright, there we go. That should be all the buckets I need. And I deposit buckets here. So I'll claim 344 buckets. And then I need 344 more buckets of sand, so I'll quickly get those. There we go. So now I can claim all the sand. Done with that now. Gained some decent XP too. Gained at least a level, so that's closer to 92, which I need for amethyst. Alright, well now I can get some fletching XP with this, and now I need to get the supplies for super glass make. So back to Hespori. So I need the seaweed, and I need fire runes, and my divine rune pouch. That should be pretty much it. Well, I need a bit more astral runes, and I need an air staff, so I guess I'll go get those. Here I'll get a staff of air, and here I'll buy astral runes. Alright, that's enough runes. Now I need to head to the astral altar to change my spellbook. There we go. And there's super glass make. And I need a glass blowing pipe. Now I can deposit everything, and I need to find a place to craft. It needs to have a bank to unnote, and I think I know the perfect place. Here. So the reason to do this over here at the Piscatoris fishing colony is I can unnote here because this guy acts as a bank, and then I can superclass make. And this guy, as well as being a bank, is also a general store. So instead of having to drop everything, I can sell some and then unnote a bit and then sell the rest. Being able to sell basically just means I don't have to drop the items. This is faster than charters. It gives maybe like 30k more, but obviously it takes time to collect everything. The main reason I wanted to do this is honestly so I wouldn't have to hop. I don't find hopping very fun for skilling, and this is much more chill. I'm starting at 82. Hopefully this is enough for 89. If not, it'll get me pretty close. There's 83. There's 84 crafting. There's 85 crafting. 4 more levels. There's 86. There's 87 crafting. 2 more levels. And now I can make light orbs, which I can't sell, so it's kind of annoying, but they give more XP. And I don't think I have enough seaweed to just continue with lantern lenses, so instead of selling them to the shop, I'm gonna have to click to drop them. And since I'm not using the general store to sell the product, I guess I'll move to a stationary bank just to make it easier to unnote. There's 88 crafting, which means just 1 more level, which is about 500,000 XP. But almost through all of the seaweed and sand, it should be just enough. And there we go. 89. So I can now craft amethyst dart tips, and 1800 total. Now I have a bit of supplies left over. I don't think I'm ever going to need higher than 89, and I'm definitely not getting a level from these, but I feel like I might as well just use them. So I'll be back once I'm done with that. Alright, there's all the seaweed and sand used. Now I need to change my spellbook back and claim a few items. I just need my chaos runes, and I'll take some teleport runes too. So to make the Fury, I need about 29,000 chaos runes to sell for toggle, and then I can use that toggle to buy an onyx. I do need to complete the Karamja diaries, but while I have an empty inventory, I'll quickly buy the runes. It'll be slightly easier. I'll take 5 mil from here, it should be more than enough. And I'll buy runes here. Should be pretty quick. I get like 2,000 per world. And by the way, the initial chaos runes were from Lizardman Shamans. I picked most of them up. And the remaining chaos runes were about 1.5 mil. Now I'll reclaim everything because I need to do the Karamja Easy Diary, and I'll probably do the Karamja Medium Diary as well because it's pretty easy. Inventory is a bit crowded for the next thing I want to do, but should be enough space for completing the Karamja Easy and Medium Diaries. I need the Easy for the Karamja gloves, which makes shops cheaper in Karamja, and then the Medium's just a pretty free 5,000 XP, which I would like for Herblore. So I'll quickly get those diaries done. And there we go. Some XP, 6,000 in Herblore. And the gloves, which I need for buying the onyx for a bit cheaper. And here's where I sell the runes. Looks like someone else has also done this. It shouldn't take too long because you can swap the left click to sell. So I'm just clicking now. I need 260,000 toggle. So hopefully all these runes are enough. Alright, just enough. And over here at the gem store is where I buy it. Well, time to craft the Fury. So I cut the onyx, and then I need a gold bar. And here I can make the amulet, but I need one more level. But these poison chalices have a 1 in 4 chance to boost my crafting by 1. There we go. And there we are. Now I can enchant it. And we have a Fury. So the glory is nice and all. It has decent bonuses, but the Fury has 2 more prayer and 12 more of every defense. It even has some more strength bonus. So it is a very big upgrade. So now the final item I need is gonna be kind of annoying to get. A bit difficult too, but I'll get the Bow of Ferdinand for it. The item I'm going for is the Zamarakian Hasta, which you need a Zamarakian spear to turn into a Hasta. You get the spear from Krill Tsutsuroth, which is kind of annoying to kill, but with the Bow of Ferdinand it shouldn't be that difficult. Speaking of Bow of Ferdinand, there is an update to the crystal armor where you can now recolor it. I'll recolor it to match the Bow of Ferdinand. There we go. Anyway, Krill Tsutsuroth, there's a way to kill it with the Bow of Ferdinand where you take no damage from Krill, and it's kind of easy to do, but I'm not completely sure how to do it, and if you mess up at Krill, you can actually just die. So I need to do a few things. First, I need to get ready for Krill and probably practice a little bit on the main. And 2, I need to have a plan for if I die to Krill and need to get my items back. So first I think I'll get my inventory ready. So I want cooking gauntlets because my food source will be sharks. I need some soul runes or blood barrage to be able to heal and have long trips. Hopefully this is enough. Alright, and before I forget, I'll charge my armor a bit. That should be enough. And I'll bring rune gloves. This should be pretty much everything. I'll need to change my spellbook and I need to bag some of this stuff, but I first need to make a plan. I'm not sure what I'll do. I realize I need this unholy blessing in the treasure chest as an emergency item, and I guess I'll use this Majorina cape for protection from the Zamarakian creatures. Basically, if you don't know, in God Wars Dungeon, if you're wearing an item aligned to a certain god, those followers that are also aligned to that god won't attack you, and you kind of need that. I only need a Saradomin and Zamorak item, so that should be just about everything. I still need the Ardoin Cloak as an emergency teleport. There, my spellbook is now on Ancients, and I'll put all these runes in the looting bag. Oh, I do need a blessing. Alright, now that's pretty much everything. I'll need to figure out my inventory setup though with potions and food, but first I'll do a bit of practice on the main. I already did a bit of practice and I actually got the spear at like 9 KC, but I'm not too confident and I'll only have sharks, not brews, so I need to be a bit better at the content. So I'll be back after a bit of practice. I think I'm kind of ready. I'm definitely not anywhere near perfect on it. I have a lot of learning to do with the method, but if I learn on this account, I could just get the spear. So I think it's worth trying on this account. So now just time to get my inventory ready and try to farm some krill. Well, I can finally unnote and cook these sharks. I unnoted too many. And I think I'm gonna have to drop the rune gloves for an inventory slot. I can just wear the cooking gauntlets, I guess. Oh boy, this is my inventory. It's probably not gonna be that easy. Hopefully I get it sooner rather than later. To get to God War's dungeon, I'm gonna be using the Troll Stronghold teleport in my house that I use for the herb patch. I don't have the fire built and I don't have a rope. Now I need to get my essence up to 40. It's 1 per enemy, so I just need to kill 40 enemies here. And I need to check this. If this is lit, someone's in there. If it's not, no one's in there, because Iron Men get their own instances. You can also check here, but this is easier to see. By the way, the method just involves running back and forth and right-clicking on the door and altar. Right-clicking causes the NPC you are under to stand still, which means you have more control over what's happening. If you want the exact details on how to do this method, check out GE Challenge M's guide. It is incredibly quick and concise. I guess we get to see what it's like me reclaiming items. I grab the Ceradomin cape and Unholy Blessing. So I have Ceradomin and Samrak protection. Now I head to Troll Stronghold and I just run back. There's my items. Now that I've claimed some items, I Ardoin Cloak and run over to the Fairy Ring. And then from my house, I go to Ferrix Enclave and buy a looting bag. Now I can go back and grab the rest of my items. Alright, well, something I should have done to prevent that is change the left click on the equipped cloak to Kandarin Monastery. So now I can just click on it and teleport here. And I'll take out the gilded pickaxe, which I got by the way. And I need to build that fire so my stats don't get drained and my run doesn't run out when I'm going to the God Wars dungeon. I need to mine some salt here. I need to mine some of each type. I need 300 of the green salt and 100 of the red and then 50 of the blue. So I guess I'll be here for a little bit. Having the fire built will be really nice though. Now I just need to get 2 mahogany planks and 2 steel bars. And here we are. So now my stats don't get drained here, which is really nice. And I guess the main really nice thing is my run won't get drained. Now to get another inventory set up and try for another trip. Alright, here we go for round 2. Hopefully it goes slightly better. Great, okay. That was really bad. Well, it was more than one. It looks like for the time being I'll be getting about 2 KC per trip, at least until I learn the method better. If it keeps going like this, it's gonna take a very long time to get the spear, but it'll get better, probably. 97 HP. Alright, I'm gonna try to free up some inventory so I can take a bit more food. So I'll take my unholy blessing because I really only need the cape to reclaim my items. So I'll have this if I ever need to go back after I died. And then the magic cape is nice and all, but I think I'm gonna try going without it, as well as the ancient staff. I might regret this because I might have to get it out of my looting bag, but this gives me a lot more inventory space. So instead of using the ancient staff, I'll try to use the Drayman staff, which I need to carry anyway. So I get a bit more food. Hopefully this helps. I can't imagine I'll get much more than a 2 or 3 kill trip though, at least for a little bit, but maybe it'll be nicer now. Well, I managed to get a 5 kill trip. A lot of that might have been luck, but the extra food definitely helped as well, so that's good. Unlucky, I really couldn't stay there. I wouldn't have gotten the drop probably anyway. There's an easy task for killing a hellhound. Yes, I got it. Oh, that's so nice. I'm so lucky. 31 KC. And we're done. That's everything I wanted for this episode at least. I have a few more things I need to get ready before I do raids, but this episode I got my Mage Arena 2 cape, the Fighter Torso, the Amulet of Fury, and 89 crafting for Amethyst start tips, and the Zamarakian Spear. These are some pretty big gear upgrades, and I am much closer to being able to do Chambers of Zarek. The account is looking much more well-rounded now, so that's nice. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.